Good evening, folks. So I was just going over this reform that I had reposted about myself, and I had did a little review on it as well, and I just looked at the platforms on it, and I was looking at the 3610 stacks that we was talking about, and that's basically I could run them to about three stacks like that: 3610, three 3610s, and that's basically where you're using a whole Yukon of a purchasing a car vehicle purchasing, and that's basically where you're adding the 441s together, and you're multiplying times four times three times eight times six. And if you're doing that and you're multiplying that if you're multiplying that times 50, or using a $50 bill as a reference note, and it's if you're using it was one of those propositions where you're using a $50 bill to represent 500 quarters, and as it represented those 500 quarters, just imagine if you had 561 50s, and they represented 500 quarters, how much would the price be then? You're already working with $34,000, and it goes to 94,554 very fast. So this just goes out of working with collaborations and categories into the pmc2² edition that we have here on this set, and that basically works with the 441 plus 441. But when it started, it was just 441, and it's basically where you start the pmc2², where you're able to take that 441 out of that 3610 and add to the down payment that you put in. And that's basically where you're putting in a large dealership collection for what you want as far as a dealership, or as far as what you want to pay your long lifespan of time that you want to purchase for yourself. Either you want to purchase a car, or jewelry, or a watch, or sunglasses, or music. You play with Spotify, you play with Workday, you play with WeWork, you play with Adobe. And those are some of the main qualifications that you use on the weekly deposit from January to December. And that's basically that's how you get through your holiday years, and you focus more on about your migrant work, and you get more of those nucleotides of how your local community works in 37 different communities. And that's basically starting out a new tradition of how to reassemble different propositions of life as we're urbanizing from seventh grade middle school to sophomore year in college. And that's basically where this works out, as you learn more of that 3610 platform from Money Plans by T-Mobile. And when we say Money Plans by T-Mobile, we're meaning just having a topic to talk about. So if you're talking about a topic, you'll be talking about a 3610 topic, and you have like 3610 of those diverse topics that roam around in orange, green, and orange, green, and blue different statistics. And that's basically where you're working on those diverse abilities. And that's always been here from 1990 to 2047. And that's how you should get started off, with a good actual day of reconciling for a better treaty for yourself, as you making 50,000 and 300,000 of interest. And that's basically how you start off your $30,000 interest rate with creating trans tax for yourself. And this is just all coming from my local industries. that I built upon my primary base that made my primary base more commercial. And it worked with more of its commercialism scholarships and compassions of a positive career. So I'm in a good place of that good assignment, thankfully and gracefully. So that's basically what we use in 9828 of 1898 to 1928. And right now we're like in 1907, 1904, and it's basically where you're starting a bigger ideal of how to carry on with exponents and factors and equations, and you use that on your coordinates, and that's basically how you figure out world history of social studies, and you work out on your national treasure of your national day of 98, 28 different weeks that you go through of your natural life and world history put together and combined, which was basically makes world geography. And it's basically where you put in your life and your world history life together and seeing where you create chemistry of. And it's basically where you putting in multiple hours of day in those particular assignments. So that's basically how you get that assigned to you.